Welcome everybody to MoRat Nation. I'm Bob Carmichael and let's get started.
Peptide disasters. My adventures with GDF-11 and Dihexa. A few opening remarks about peptides in general. For the most part, the 40 or 50 different kinds of peptides that I've tried fall into three categories. The first category is peptides that don't seem to do anything. Maybe they are working, but nothing shows. No side effects, benefits, nothing. Half of the peptides I've tried fall into this category. The second category, peptides that obviously work, such as Melanotan, you can see the effect it had on my ability to tan almost immediately. The third category, peptides that can cause harm. Very few peptides fall into this category, but Diahexa and GDF-11 were disasters for me. All peptides could fall into this category if the doses are too high. GDF-11. The GDF stands for Growth Differentiating Factor, and it is thought to be the reason young blood works better than old blood. Since GDF-11 declines with age and disappears completely in our 70s. There are so many claims about GDF-11, I don't know where to begin. It's supposed to reverse cardiomyopathy, cure cancer, and regenerate stem cells. And that's just a few of the things that GDF-11 is supposed to be able to do. This is Steve Perry. He attends most of the longevity meetings like RadFest, where he invites people to join his study. A few years ago, when I took GDF-11, he was selling admission to his clinical trial for $7,500. The cost now is $15,000, which is way out of my range. I decided to go ahead without him and ordered a vial of GDF-11 from my online vendor. When my order arrived and I looked at the vial, at first I thought it was empty. Usually there is white powder at the bottom that needs to be mixed with water, but I did not see anything. But after studying the vial for a few minutes, I noticed a tiny pink grain of sand at the bottom of the vial. I followed the directions that I had seen on the internet and began injecting small amounts subcutaneously around my abdomen. Several days went by and absolutely nothing happened. I really believed that this had no chance of working, so I began to increase the dose. I'm not sure what dose I was on when my heart began pounding like a trip hammer. I laid there that night with my eyes wide open, unable to sleep even a wink. I suddenly understood why Steve Perry's services were necessary. Needless to say, that was the end of my GDF-11 experiment. I will probably return to this subject when I'm a little more confident about what I'm doing. Diahexa. Diahexa is a nootropic or smart drug that is derived from angiotensin 4. Diahexa is considered to be thousands of times stronger than BDNF or brain-derived nootropic factor when used for rejuvenating brain cells. About 3 years ago, I went through a series of nootropics trying to find something that would improve my deteriorating ability to call up names. The only thing that really worked was a product called Qualia, but it was very expensive and required taking 6 large capsules and 3 small capsules every day. The company that made Qualia now makes specialized products such as Qualia Mind or Qualia Focus. These products require fewer capsules. I haven't tried these new products yet, but I probably will as time goes on. Diahexa looked like it would work better and be cheaper than Qualia, so I decided to buy the oral version. I used a hypodermic needle to measure small doses of Diahexa before swallowing. After a week, nothing happened, and I began to raise the dose. Then the side effects started to show up. My ankles began to swell up. They got so big I could barely walk without limping. And one awful day, I fell down the front steps of my house and snapped my right quad tendon. An ambulance took me to the hospital where they reattached my quad tendon to my knee. 6 months later, I began to be able to walk normally. Luckily for me, the swelling from the Diahexa went away as soon as I stopped taking the peptide. Of all the peptides I've taken, Diahexa caused me the most problems. It has such a profound effect that I will probably end up going back to it when I know more about it and how to safely take it. On the way home from the hospital, my wife said to me, "Well, I hope you've learned your lesson." But the truth is, I'm 75 years old. I can't wait 20 years for the necessary treatment to help me stay alive and healthy. I need something that will work much sooner than that. So I will continue my experiments until I find it. I plan to make short videos about all the other peptides I have taken, so stay tuned. And I have a link to a video that shows how to calculate and dose these peptides at the end of this video. And join the nation. Click on the mole rat on the right to subscribe to this channel. I have no financial ties with any of the products mentioned in this video. And thanks for watching.